BAT has manufactured cigarettes and tobacco products in Southampton since 1913. The move to this site came in 1926, and production in the existing factory began in 1928. The tobacco leaf consists of two parts, the stem and the remainder of the leaf known as the lamina, and both parts are treated separately. The tobacco arrives at the 25-acre site and is kept in the dry leaf store until required for processing. The crates of tobacco are delivered to the receiving bank, where the outer covering is removed, leaving the cases of tobacco, each of which weigh 200 kilos. And so starts the first treatment of the tobacco in the primary manufacturing department, or PMD as it's known. Cases of tobaccos of different grades will be combined according to the recipe of the particular blend being produced. The moisture content of the tobacco is raised in stages to restore the leaf's flexibility and makes the handling and working of the tobacco a lot easier. The tobacco leaf is conveyed to large blending bins where all the various types of tobaccos are layered. The bins are emptied by revolving doffers, which take a cross-section through the layers of tobacco to obtain a regular mix. The lamina process is completed through high-speed cutters at a rate of 6,000 kilos an hour. These machines finely cut the lamina at 30 cuts to the inch. Throughout the processing, texture and quality are constantly checked. The stem undergoes a similar but separate process. Cases of stem are emptied into an automatic feed system which conveys it through a sorting machine to remove dust and other non-tobacco material. After conditioning and blending, the stem is compressed by heavy rollers. This makes it easier to cut in order to match the texture of the lamina. The stem is cut at 160 cuts to the inch. Cut leaf and stem are blended together to produce the final cut tobacco, which is then partially dried and conveyed to the tobacco store, where it's held in skips until required by the secondary department. When required, the processed tobacco is conveyed pneumatically through a maze of pipework to the cigarette-making machines for secondary manufacture. Molin's Mark 9 cigarette-making machines are linked through to packing and wrapping machines by an overhead spiral conveyor and reservoir called an Oscar. This smooths out the supply of cigarettes to the packing machines and enables these complex machines to run at maximum output. On the making machine, all elements of the cigarette are combined at high speed: tobacco, paper, filter, and cork tipping. Cigarette paper is printed with the brand name and wrapped round a continuous stream of tobacco. Each cigarette-making machine is individually set up to run the required cigarette specification for the brand in production. The weight of the cigarette is also automatically controlled. Sophisticated machinery like this is capable of producing cigarettes at speeds from 4,500 to 7,200 per minute. The packing process consists of collating 20 cigarettes from the machine hopper in rows of 7, 6, 7, and wrapping each 20 cigarettes in embossed foil which is inserted into the familiar hinged lid carton of 20 cigarettes. The packs are folded and sealed automatically at high speed. Each 20s pack is sealed into a moisture-resistant film of polypropylene. Ten packs of 20 are delivered into a display carton, each containing 200 cigarettes. They're overwrapped with polypropylene to provide additional protection against moisture damage. Finally, cased and tape-sealed, the finished goods are sent to the dispatch department before being delivered to the factory depot for shipment to the company's markets at home and abroad. The Southampton plant also has its own filter rod manufacturing department. These machines make 120mm long rods at 3,300 a minute. The rods are made from cellulose acetate of varying denier to meet the various formulae required in the cigarette manufacturing process. The cellulose acetate, or tow as it's called, comes in bales positioned beside the making machines. At present, the manufactured rods are packed into plastic trays and transported to the factory for distribution to the cigarette making machines. The filters are fed pneumatically to the making machines by an automatic plug handling and inspection system. New cigarette making machines have been linked to packing and film wrapping machines, which also box and overwrap the 200s cartons. Speeds of up to 6,000 cigarettes per minute are obtained from these units. The complete 200s cartons are carried on overhead conveyors to case filling machines, which automatically pack the 200 cartons into cases containing 5,000 or 10,000 cigarettes. As part of Southampton's modernization plans, Sasib Sigma cigarette making machines with filter tipping attachments are linked to new cigarette packing machines through spiral reservoirs, which cushion short stoppages on the making or packing machines. These units are capable of speeds of over 7,000 cigarettes a minute. Quality Information Department's role is to maintain stringent quality standards at all stages of the process and of the final product. The quality of filter rods produced is constantly monitored and recorded. Monitoring of the moisture levels and quality of tobacco at key stages in the PMD process. Monitoring the weight of cigarettes and the total outgoing quality of the finished product. Measuring the moisture content and physical parameters of the finished cigarette, which affect the smoking characteristics of the product. In this manner, it is ensured that the smoking qualities of our products are maintained to a consistently high level, whether the consumer is in this country or in the many overseas countries supplied. Distribution provides the service of storage, transportation, documentation and customs formalities, not only for the brands produced in the company's UK factories, but also for imported cigarette brands and other tobacco products. Some 160 international territories, in addition to the UK market, are supplied annually. And our vehicle fleet is in continuous use between the plant and the UK sea and air terminals. More than 1.5 billion cigarettes leave this factory each month. 7 brands with 154 variations, 90% of which are destined for overseas markets. These include European duty-free outlets and the Channel Isles, West Africa, the Middle East, and the Far East. Maintaining our share of the market in these countries is vital to the future prosperity of BAT UK and Export Limited.